Before you decide whether to keep watching, I need to ask you for something small. Just a few minutes of your attention. Not because I have answers, but because it took me 78 years to understand what I'm about to say. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you don't. If you've ever lain awake at night wondering if your life actually meant something, then this is for you. Please don't rush past it. My name is Edward. I'm 78 years old, and for most of my life, I thought belief was something you either had or didn't. I grew up in a house where everything was decided for you. What was right, what was wrong, who was saved, who wasn't. Every Sunday morning felt like a rule, not a choice. My mother sang hymns while cooking breakfast. My father never missed a service in 40 years. I learned the words before I understood their meaning. Back then, certainty felt safe. Questions were treated like cracks in the foundation, things you quietly patched over and never mentioned again. That certainty didn't survive adulthood. When I was 26, my younger sister died. Sudden illness. No warning. 1 week she was laughing. The next week we were choosing flowers. People told me it was part of a plan. They told me she was in a better place. They told me not to question it. And for the first time in my life, I felt something stronger than sadness. I felt betrayed. After that, I started asking questions I was never supposed to ask. Quietly at first, then obsessively. I read scripture, then I read outside of it. Philosophy, other religions, science, people who believed deeply and people who believed nothing at all. What shocked me wasn't how different everyone was. It was how similar. Everyone was trying to answer the same ache. Years later, I worked alongside a man from a completely different background than mine. Different faith, different customs, different prayers. We barely spoke at first. One night, working late, the building empty, he told me why he prayed the way he did. Not doctrine, not rules, just what it did to his heart. And I remember thinking, that's the same feeling I've been chasing my whole life. Different words, same longing. Here's something I wish someone had told me when I was young. Belief isn't about being right. It's about how you treat people when no one is watching. I've seen belief bring comfort to the dying, and I've seen it tear families apart. I've watched people use God as a shield, and others use him as a weapon. And I can tell you, with absolute certainty, cruelty is not part of it. When I was 53, my life fell apart, quietly. No headlines, no drama, just debt, a strained marriage, a drinking habit I kept pretending wasn't a problem. One night, alone in my kitchen, I spoke out loud to no one in particular. I didn't recite anything memorized. I didn't know who I was talking to. I just said, I can't do this by myself anymore. Nothing supernatural happened, but help came anyway, from people, from conversations, from small kindnesses that showed up exactly when I needed them. The older I get, the fewer answers I have. I don't know what happens after we die. I don't know which prayers matter most. I don't know if anyone has ever gotten it completely right. And strangely, that no longer scares me. Because mystery isn't a failure of belief. It's a reminder of how small we are and how careful we should be with one another. My wife died 4 years ago. We were married for 49 years. Near the end, she asked me if I thought we'd meet again. I didn't give her certainty. I gave her honesty. I told her I hoped love wasn't wasted, that if the universe remembered anything, it would remember love. She smiled. That was enough. If you're young and walking away from faith because you've been hurt, I understand. If you're holding on to it because it gives you strength, I understand that too. Just don't stop searching. Don't let anyone convince you that doubt makes you weak. Curiosity is not rebellion. Compassion is not confusion. I don't believe we're meant to have all the answers. I believe we're meant to stay gentle, to listen longer, to judge less, to help where we can. I have maybe a few years left, if I'm lucky, and I'm still learning, still questioning, still finding meaning in unexpected places. And if you're doing the same, then you're doing just fine. There are others like me here, people who've lived long enough to be wrong, and honest enough to admit it. If this spoke to you, you're welcome to stay. And if you have a story of your own, maybe it's time to share it. Be kind, stay curious, and don't stop asking the big questions.